So President Trump has made it very clear. He wants Congress to act immediately and provide relief to the American people. We know the White House has been pressing Congress for some time to get results and get them now because the American people are struggling. According to multiple reports, President Trump knows he needs to do something to stimulate the economy. This is where the stimulus is coming in. We are going to see changes, many of which are going to be tax cuts, but there could potentially be checks coming your way here in the near future. Today I want to break down what is currently being said, what the time frame looks like for this new bill, which could actually hold some stimulus in it for you. So again, we're going to get to all this in just a moment, but first, all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So yes, President Trump doesn't want to wait another day. He wants Congress to act immediately. Look at this. It says Republicans sprint to wrap up Trump's tax bill. It says House tax writers need to resolve some big questions before setting up a vote on the tax cuts. What we are hearing as of right now is that lawmakers in Washington are trying to figure out how do they get this big, beautiful bill through? How do they get it to the floor of the House and the Senate and get it passed without seeing any additional changes? That's where it's becoming very difficult. I want to read something to you. Look at this. It says, the flurry comes as GOP lawmakers start planning to put pen to paper on trillions of dollars in tax provisions that are the cornerstone of Trump's big, beautiful bill. It is also set to include more than $100 billion for immigration enforcement, new defense spending, and an array of energy provisions for oil and gas production, which could also mean gas prices come down. But in this big, beautiful bill, according to other reports, we are going to see a provision in there. So there's going to be a line item in there that is going to include up to $5,000 in DOGE dividend checks to the American people. Then it will stipulate who qualifies for this payment and when the payments would be sent out. Keep in mind, and again, I've been saying this for quite some time, it's not going to give you an exact date. What it's likely going to do, according to reports, is Congress is going to put in a savings amount that if DOGE is able to save, let's say, $2 trillion by this date, we're going to send you a check on X date. That's what we're hearing. But we're also hearing from other reports that the $160 billion that DOGE has saved has actually cost the American people about $135 billion in expenses in order to save 160. So essentially we're coming out about $25 billion ahead. So we'll get to more of that in a different video. I do want to show you something though. President Trump is dead set on providing relief. Whether it's through a stimulus check, providing additional benefits, tax cuts, this is a huge one. If we can eliminate taxes on overtime, tips, Social Security, and potentially, because Trump just talked about this just the other day, if we can eliminate taxes on anybody making less than $200,000 per year, that would be the largest middle-class tax cut we have ever seen. But keep this in mind. In order to provide that and eliminate taxes on pretty much all income on a federal level, we have to replace that lost income somewhere else. Now, this is the article that I showed you just this morning. It says Trump says income tax cuts and perhaps elimination is coming due to tariffs. He's going to focus on people that are making less than $200,000 a year. Look at this though. It says Trump's China tariffs are set to unleash supply shock on U.S. economy. What we know is that in the coming days, okay, and this is going to happen on May 2nd, is that we are about to see stores they're not going to get by with the loophole, okay, so the de minimis loophole. And so what we're about to find out very soon, and I want to show you this, okay, we're about to see people, or many of these retailers, add on this these import charges. Look at this right here. It says Temu adds import charges of about 145% after Trump tariffs, more than doubling the price of many items. It says right here, some of the fees range between 130 and 150%, more than doubling the cost of those items. It says earlier this month, Temu warned that it would be raising its prices due to recent changes in global trade rules and tariffs. Yeah, Temu just started doing this ahead of schedule. So now the American people, you gotta pay it. You gotta pay this additional money. Now, what's gonna happen? Well, here's where things are at. Certain states and certain counties are actually trying to provide property tax relief. And again, this is the stimulus. Okay? Are we going to get a stimulus check from the federal government? It's possible. Is it 100% likely? No. According to new reports out just this past week, we are more likely to, the chances of the American people receiving a stimulus check, okay, or a DOGE dividend check, is probably around 2 to 3%. Okay? 2 to 3%. Now, don't get me wrong. Is this considered stimulus? Yes. Is this the only stimulus that we could see? No. Because we could see additional property tax relief. We could see businesses get some form of tax cut in the new Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Right? We could see enhancements there. We could see different things for electric vehicles, right? Buying stuff that's made inside the United States. And right now, President Trump has floated the idea, if you buy a car in the United States, it's majority American made, that you could actually deduct your interest from your auto loan against your taxes. Again, those are just the ideas that are floating around. But what experts are saying is that we're likely to see some of these line items included in the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, in that big, beautiful bill. So we'll see. Look at this, though. It says higher taxes on millionaires. Trump says he's open to that idea, but many in his party are not. The reason why they're not open to that is because these millionaires and billionaires that are contributing to their campaigns, well, they're going to be asking for donations here very soon, especially for the midterm elections. A lot of these lawmakers want to get reelected or elected. And so for them to come out and say, you know what, I'm going to ask you to donate to my campaign, but at the same time, we're actually going to pass a bill that means you actually get, you don't get a tax cut, right? You actually get a tax increase, which was something most Republicans were like, there's no way Trump would do that. But Trump's actually open to the idea if it means more people, like people on Social Security, people in the service industry that are making tips and overtime income, if they receive a tax cut. Keep in mind, there's more people that get paid overtime, that get paid in tips, and that get Social Security than there are millionaires and billionaires in the United States that actually are siding with President Trump or with other Republicans. Keep that in mind. So they're going with the numbers. Interesting, right? Look at this. It says the White House tells Congress get to work on tax cuts and the border wall as Speaker Mike Johnson is actually huddling with President Trump. It's pretty easy to see what's going to happen. Okay, I want to read this to you though. It says the president has made his priorities clear. The House is moving things along quickly and the Senate is in lockstep. We think that they are in substantial agreement, and that is going to be a win for the American people. Very pro-growth. But here's the problem, okay? We are getting to that deadline. Because according to reports, Congress is wrestling with this tax cut, but they aim to finish it by July 4th. That is their goal. They want to finish it by the 4th of July. They'll all go on break, be away for the week or so. Then they'll come back and everything will be just fine. Or they think. So we're going to see what happens. All I can tell you right now is President Trump does have a plan to help stimulate the economy and provide relief to the American people. But how quickly does that actually come to fruition? Well, we're going to find out. But as always, I will be here every step of the way and I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing. and I'll see you guys on the next one.